another episode of the Verde Valley Experience. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm your host, Jennifer Cohen. Really appreciate you watching. If you want to watch this show again, you can find it on YouTube. You can also find it on verdevalleytv.com. You can check us out on our Facebook page. If there's something, interesting, please feel free. Watch us again. We don't mind. It's really okay. Lots of great people coming on the show today. Lots of great things happening. Of course, it's getting warmer now, so there's all kinds of things going on and out to do, and festivals and places to go and people to see and bands to enjoy, and just great time to be in the Verde Valley. Our first guests today are from the Rotary Club of Sedona. They're having their 9th annual Sedona Chili Cook-Off. It's just going to be so awesome. 9 years of chili. That's really impressive. That's happening on Saturday, May 4th, in conjunction with the Tlaquepaque Cinco de Mayo event, which I know you know about. And we have with us the president of the Rotary Club of Sedona, Holly Plug. She's also here with Jeanette Smith, who's helping coordinate the event. They're going to tell us all about the great things that are happening and get you drooling for chili, I'm sure. Then we'll be joined by Healthy World Sedona. We've got co-founders Bev Bow and Don Fries in with us. The mission of Healthy World Sedona is to improve human, environmental, and animal health and welfare through the promotion of a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Hey, we used to have Earth Day, now we have Earth Month, so it's the perfect time to get them in and talk about that. And yes, you can use an alternative protein in your chili. So that's okay. This ties together, trust me. Then we'll talk about the first annual Arcosanti International Film Carnivale. It's the most amazing thing. Brand new thing coming out of the brainchild from the Jerome International Film Festival. This is the sister to that. April 26th and 28th. And we'll also talk about the Jerome Film Festival as well. Arizona's first and only all documentary film festival. It's happening at Arcosanti. It's amazing, and they say it's a cultural three-ring circus. So you don't want to miss that. Founder and director Toni Davis will be here along with managing director Jason Ryan. Then we'll go on location courtesy of our friends and our sponsors at Cat and Verde Links. We'll go to the Sedona, the most amazing thing, skate park. It is so cool. We're going to talk to Recreation Department Manager Rachel Murdoch at the Jack Malgrim Skate Park. It's for everyone. If it's got wheels, it's all about the skate park. It's amazing. Plus, there's bleachers if you want to sit and watch the antics. It's really quite amusing. We did that. You'll enjoy that segment. Then we're going to have music from Christy Fisher. She's here with Cal Greer. We're going to have a great time listening to those guys, as always. Great musicians, wonderful people. So let's get started. I talk way too much. From the Rotary Club of Sedona, thank you for being here. We have Holly Plug and Jeanette Smith.
Great to be here.
Awesome. Thank you much.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Excellent. 9 years of success we're looking at here.
We are. It's hard to believe that it's 9 years already. And over those 9 years, we've raised over $125,000 for local charities in our area. Every single penny that from our sponsors, from the admissions, from everything that we do for the Chili Cook-Off silent auction, goes to local charities. We do not take one dime off the top of that.
Wow, that's a wonderful thing.
It is. And last year, we were really excited that we won the best event from Kudos, from the Reader's Choice Award of the best event in the Verde Valley.
That's huge.
It is huge.
That is, congratulations.
Thank you.
You just got to do it again this year, too.
Exactly.
Oh, my gosh. So tell us, this is happening on the May 4th from 11 to 5. Now, that's happening at Tlaquepaque, correct?
It is. And, there's a huge weekend at Tlaquepaque for Cinco de Mayo. And as part of that, we do the chili cook-off. We have 9 different chilies. So we have 6 restaurants and 3 community competitors.
Wow.
So we have the mayor of the city of Sedona, the mayor of Cottonwood,
wow,
and the fire chief of Sedona Elk Creek Fire District.
Wow.
And they're competing in a category for community competitors. And then we have 6 restaurants, and I'll have to look to get all of those restaurants.
I know. Great restaurants. Absolutely.
The Artist's Kitchen Shop, Creekside American Bistro, Orchard Canyon on Oak Creek, Steakhouse 89, Tamalisa Cafe, and Vino di Sedona.
Wow.
So those
nice
are
list.
Yeah, those are our restaurants. And then we have 3 really impressive judges who judge. So the way it works is that we have a judges award. I'll tell you the judges in a minute. And then we have the participants award. So the judges make their awards, and then everybody who eats the chili gets to vote on what they like.
So a People's Choice Award.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
So we have Robert Barry, who's the Culinary and Hospitality Director for Yavapai College.
Very good.
And, he was a contestant, actually, on one of the cooking competition shows. So he really understands competition. And he's the new director at Yavapai College for the Culinary Institute. We have Joe Rogers, who's the chef for Indian Gardens Cafe. And we have Jeff Schmedstad, who's the chef for Elote Cafe.
Nice. That's great. Wow, I love that. So we get to go, and they're going to be judged on how good their chili tastes, on probably how good it smells, and then the people get to taste it. See, that's the great thing. How does that work, Jeanette? How do we get to taste the chili?
The chili cook-off is $15 entrance fee, and for kids under 12, it's free.
Wow.
And you go around to the different stalls. Each of the different participants, whether a restaurant or a community representative, has their own booth, and you get to go up and try their chili. And then we have a voting system so that you can vote for the People's Choice Award. And then obviously the judges are voting on the different restaurants and community members. So at the end of the day, we get to award some prizes and trophies, right?
Right, and cash prizes.
And cash prizes too.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And as you were saying, the monies raised goes to a very long list of organizations, particularly youth organizations. I noticed this year there's a huge amount of youth organizations, all the different clubs, and then also local and international programs as well. You really do a good job of helping these folks along with the monies raised.
We do. One of Rotary's primary purposes is to eradicate polio. And so we have a Polio Plus program, and the number of polio cases has diminished, so there's only maybe 3 globally or 5 globally. Amazing. And we've been working on that for a long time. We also do a lot of environmental projects internationally, clean water, clean air, as well as medical, helping people vaccinated for polio and other types of vaccinations. And in smaller communities where access to health care is really limited, we help also do projects that expands that health care.
That's great.
And then locally we do, we run the gamut, but we have a lot of benefits for youth. You want to talk about some of those programs?
Yes,
Well,
please.
we have some scholarship programs that we offer, and we also have are involved a lot with exchange students. So having exchange students go to different countries and have that experience for half a year or a year. And we also do youth leadership workshops that I think are really important. And all of these things are offered to families and to students at no cost and are funded through Rotary. And those money, it just stays here. It really helps supplement the schools and the things that they need. These kids get a much more enriched education having these programs available to them.
Oh, that's true. Another thing about the chili cook-off that I like, in order to raise money, you've got this really great silent auction going with lots of great stuff.
We have more than 150 different individuals, companies, and retailers who have donated items. It is just fantastic. I mean, the community is so supportive of our silent auction, and that is a big part of our fundraising. We have our entrance fee and the silent auction, and our sponsors are just terrific as well.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And it's ready to roll. Do you need anything? Do you need more sponsors? Do you need more
we always need
volunteers?
more sponsors. We have some wonderful sponsors. We have sponsorship levels anywhere from $100 to $2,500. And of course, Tlaquepaque is so gracious, and we love working with them. But we have, we're always taking sponsorships. We've got a variety of sponsors. We have some new sponsors this year, like Guardian Air and I Love Sedona Real Estate. And we have sponsors, actually we have individual sponsors as well. A lot of them Rotarians and some non-Rotarians. But we also have Sedona Dental Arts is a returning sponsor, as well as Draxler Insurance and and Schrader and Martinez Construction. So it really runs the gamut. We've got right now, I think, about 40 sponsors at different levels.
Nice, but the sponsors are very important. You can never have too many sponsors.
Right, and we thank all of the people who contribute with a poster at the event and a big ad that we run afterwards.
Very nice.
But we should talk about parking.
Okay, let's
Parking
talk
is
about
a
parking.
big
It's important.
issue.
We've only got like a minute left, so run down
important.
the parking.
We do not park at Tlaquepaque.
Okay.
That's number one.
Okay.
So what we have offered is we have an uptown trolley. We've got pink Jeeps running shuttles constantly, parking at the Mormon Church and the Red Rocks Church and the School District Administration Building on Brewer Road. Come to our website, rotaryclubofsedona.org for more information on parking.
Very good. That's important. Check out SedonaRotary.org. Very important parking, and you get a free ride in a Jeep. I love that. That's really fun. SedonaRotary.org. Check out the 9th annual the Great Sedona Chili Cook-Off. You got to check that out. It's happening on May 4th from 11 to 5:15 to get in. If you're 12 and older, you get lots of yummy things to eat. You get to vote. And there's a great silent auction, and all the money goes to help all the wonderful people. So. Thank you, Holly. Appreciate you being here. Jeanette, thanks for being here.
Thank
Good
you
luck.
for having
I
us.
want to read about you in Kudos.
on
Best
down.
event.
Yes, we want you to come. And
Yeah, make it another best event.
There we go. We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away. Primary health care should emphasize prevention and self-healing through the use of natural therapies. Breakthrough Medicines, Dr. Shada Sina assists patients using naturopathic medicine to facilitate body aging gracefully, detox and weight loss, hormone balancing, and brain wellness. See Dr. Sina for women's health. Find out more about naturopathic medicine and Dr. Shada Sina at breakthrough-medicine.com. Now accepting new patients.
Been hearing about the crazy benefits of CBD? Find out how CBD can help you at Sedona's #1 resource, CBD Sedona. Come in for a free consultation and let our trained medical staff help you find the perfect product for you. Pain-relieving salves, full-spectrum oils, honeys, teas, cookies, and even CBD for pets. Ready to feel fantastic? Come on by CBD Sedona today.
Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging uses a state-of-the-art medical digital camera to take a picture and create a map of the body's infrared patterns, later interpreted by an MD specially trained in reading thermography. Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging is the leading medical imaging and proactive healthcare, detecting early danger signs years before other tools, finding early breast disease up to 8 years before mammography may detect it. Schedule a scan with Carol today. Northern Arizona Thermal Imaging. Say yes to thermography.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We now have with us the co-founders of Healthy World Sedona. We have Bev Bowe and Don Fries. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So we know that Earth Day, is one day of the year, but it's not enough. So now we're talking about Earth Month.
Correct.
Right? And there's a lot happening around this. Is it official or semi-unofficial Earth Month?
Yeah, well, the Sustainability Alliance, which is a Sedona-based organization, declared it Earth Month because I think for the reason you said.
Well, certainly.
One day is not enough.
Well, then it's official.
It really should be Earth Year.
Yeah, it should be Earth Day every day. I mean, that is the
Exactly.
slogan, and it is true. But now, surrounding that, let's talk about Healthy World Sedona. Let's talk about the mission. What's going on here?
So
So our mission is to improve human, environmental, and animal health and welfare through promoting whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Essentially,
Sure.
that's our mission.
Well, that's understandable. Now, Bev, describe a whole food, plant-based lifestyle. Can you describe a meal or even a day of eating such?
I can. So when we say whole food, it is as much the natural state that the food started in as possible. So minimally processed is really what it's about. Plant-based obviously came from a plant, so not fish, not meat, not dairy, etc. So I taught a cooking class today. We had baked potatoes, we had a chili, plant-based chili topping, we had carrot cake, we had a citrus kale salad. that was, and a almond cheese ball, which was delicious, smoky tomato almond cheese ball. You know.
Yum.
Yeah, so that was, that's an example of some of the things, that we eat. Really minimally processed, but delicious food.
Right, so real food, as
Real
close
food.
to nature
Real
as
food.
possible, without the effects on the environment, such as the processing, which of course creates emissions in the animals, which of course create emissions, and then
Right.
they got to grow the food, and then that's just this chain reaction of events that are detrimental to the
Right.
earth around us. So
And people can go to our website, which is healthyworldsedona.com, and they can actually take a pledge even for Earth
Right.
Month. And each day that they go plant-based, they'll save 1,100 gallons of water, 45 pounds of grain, 30 square feet of forest, 20 pounds of CO2 equivalent, and at least one animal's life, and probably more.
wow,
And when we say equivalent, we mean the methane and the nitrous oxides, which
Right.
are much more damaging per unit volume than CO2, which most people focus on.
right, that is true. Yeah, that's interesting that it's such an impact one day.
Right.
Just one day. And
Yeah,
then-
we don't realize that, but to produce a pound of hamburger, for example, it's anywhere from 1,800 to 4,500 gallons of water, and then the grain that's fed to the cattle, and it's we don't think about all these externalities. We just think about it's just a little pound of meat, but all these things have to go into it.
That go into that.
And then when you think of the impacts on humans, the human health, we're talking about 80 to 90% of all the chronic conditions that humans currently suffer from: obesity, heart disease, cancer, diabetes, dementias,
Yeah.
macular degeneration can be prevented by a whole food plant-based lifestyle. So, not to mention the third rail that we have is animal suffering in these confined animal facilities.
Certainly, a lot of those facilities where we've all seen it in the news with the chickens and the whole free range thing, and the animals in tiny little pens and things like that. Of course, there's the moral part
Right.
of the
Yeah.
story, as well as the health part. I mean, I can look at you guys; you're beautiful. Your skin is glowing. You're happy. You're thin. You're fit. So it's obviously working for you. How long have you guys been doing this?
30 plus years in my case, and then Bev and I met a little bit later.
Yeah, 9 years for me.
Excellent.
But I think it is true. Dawn turned 70 this year.
Wow.
I'm 69 years old. And we still feel great.
We hiked for a month, hut to hut, in the Alps last summer. So and we were just smoking over those passes.
That is a testament
Yeah.
right there. That's absolutely a testament. Now, what does Healthy World do during the year? I know we have the big Veg Fest. I mean,
Right.
that happens, that's in January, and that's going to come up in January 18th and 19th of 2020. So that's a really amazing event that you do. But you do things every month. You have monthly meetings, you have a newsletter. How would people touch base and get involved, other than, of course, go to healthyworldsedona.com. All this information is going to be there too.
And sign up for our newsletter, which comes out once a month, so they'll stay in touch that way.
Yeah, everything's there really, and the other things we do throughout the year, we have something we call Sunday suppers, which are, and we usually do that quarterly. We do that at our home, but we invite anybody. We have a speaker. People bring a potluck dish to share. They, and it's usually 40 to 50 people.
Wow.
And our home isn't that big, but it's cozy, and we have a great time. We do cooking demos, usually at Natural Grocers in Sedona, because I think the biggest thing with this change for a lot of people is I certainly didn't know how to cook this way when I grew up, and as an adult, I cooked like my mother cooked.
Right.
And so just learning how to cook differently till it becomes the normal way. So we do that and various other events as things come up.
Yeah, and in terms of resources, if they go to our website, healthyworldsedona.com, and then they go over to resources and click on that, there's a drop down, and there's a whole listing of not only books, cookbooks, videos that they can watch, and so forth and so on, so they can become educated and then obviously come to our potlucks and get to
Right.
know us.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And now, how would you suggest somebody start out if they went, ooh, I'd like to give this a try? What's the first step, the baby step?
I think educate yourself a bit about, because you can be a very unhealthy plant-based eater.
That's right. If you eat
Oreos and potato chips and
chips,
Coke
that's
are
vegan, but it's bad for you.
but it's not good. So, and there are some fabulous websites. There's one, pcrm.org. PCRM stands for Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine.org. There's a whole 21-day Kickstart program, which has the meals and everything figured out. There's another website called Forks Over Knives. The name comes from, it actually was a documentary film, but it's, you know, your fork as opposed to the surgeon's knife.
It's a choice.
Yeah, it's a choice. Forks Over Knives. And
That's what that means.
Yeah, they have an intro program. So I think educate yourself, take advantage of one of these great resources that's out there that will take people through step by step.
And if I can say, our website, and we have 30, this is our 4th year coming up, but all of these physicians and other speakers, environmental speakers that have spoken over the last 3 years, we record them professionally, and they are uploaded. We upload them on our website and Vimeo, so they can go to our healthyworldsedona.com website as another resource, click on events, and just click down, and they'll be able to go and actually hear these presentations. And thousands of hours every year we know from statistics how many hours people are watching, and there's thousands of hours literally that we're expanding out into the world. I mean, even Europe, there's people watching.
Okay.
Our
Well, that's
presentations.
wonderful. Go to healthyworldsedona.com if you want to check out that archives of all the wonderful videos, the links, the recipes, what's happening, the link to the potluck, you know, see what's going on with Healthy World Sedona. Check it out, healthyworldsedona.com. Bev, Don, thank you for being here.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
what you're doing for the planet and for yourself and the
Thank
community
you.
as well. We'll be
Thank you.
right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Regrow, repair, replace. Regenerative medicine is the process of creating living, functional tissues to repair or replace tissue or organ function lost due to age, disease, damage, or congenital defects. Dr. Forrest Lanchbury and the team at Sedona Regenerative Medicine specialize in finding relief for patients suffering from chronic pain. Contact Sedona Regenerative Medicine to learn about anti-aging medicines that will help your body heal itself. 928-282-2520 or SedonaRegen.com.
Solid Rock Fitness is a one-on-one fitness studio specializing in fitness over 50. I train older adults of all fitness levels, from athletes and avid sports participants to folks with chronic pain to those recovering from surgeries. You and I will focus on strength training to improve overall muscle tone, core conditioning, balance, agility, flexibility, and nutrition. Mastery of these components of fitness will help you live your life to the fullest with confidence and competence.
Start your journey toward better health with Ageless Touches Massage Therapy. Licensed massage therapist Richard Stevens uses the latest and best equipment to relieve scar tissue, electronic smog, and tinnitus. Ageless Touches does everything they can to work your issues down to the bone. Improve your path to better health with Ageless Touches Massage.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here with Toni Ross and Jason Ryan. We're going to talk about the first annual Arcosanti International Film Carnivale. It's going to be awesome. The first annual this is the brainchild of course, the wonderful Jerome International Film Festival. I bow before you, one of the greatest international film festivals yet on the planet. So you guys are branching out now.
We are. We kind of like to consider both of these festivals two of the most one-of-a-kind festivals around, because they're very different, and you know, we're bringing the adventure that we always bring in Jerome to Arcosanti. And
yeah. What makes this different, seems to me, is it's Arizona's first and only all documentary film festival.
Yeah,
That's quite a feat.
We are so excited about that. Jason and I are huge fans of documentaries, and we always have to turn so many down at Jerome. And when we walked Arcosanti ground to kind of get a feel of what we saw, I just turned to him and said, there's no way we can show horror films here, or comedies. It's got to be all documentaries. And so we are so excited.
Well, that's great.
We've
Yeah,
got some great
Arcosanti.
docs.
Why Arcosanti, Jason?
It's such an interesting place. All the architecture, you know, it's really become kind of an artist colony.
True.
Not the original vision, but people are inspired by it. You know,
That is
I think
true.
filmmakers are inspired by it. Many things have been shot there. All kinds of artists are inspired by it. So.
That is true. That's a really good point. When I stop to think about it, it makes perfect sense to have this type of festival in that type of place. You know, Paolo's vision gets kind of carried forward into the future, and it's a great place because in and of itself is a documentary.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just, well, where will you show the films?
Yeah, that's going to be fun. Well, you were talking about Paolo Soleri. The opening night film is Beyond Form. And so audience members are going to get to know all about Arcosanti and the visionary that built it the first night. Yeah, so we've got 3 different theaters. The cafe, I don't know if you're familiar with the cafe.
Oh, yeah, sure.
That's where the nighttime films are going to screen.
Okay.
And then we have 2 smaller venues. The Red Room is one, and the Solar Classroom.
Oh,
so
cool.
both of those hold about 75 to 85
very
people.
Cool. Now, how many films are we talking about for this one?
37.
37 films. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it's crazy.
That's a lot
I think
of
we have
films.
about 12 features. Yeah, given the space of it, it's people are like, "What? Where are you showing them?" And but yeah,
3
we're
days.
really happy.
Filmapalooza.
Oh, yeah.
Documentary-apalooza.
Oh yeah, we have so many things planned. It's so great.
Wow. I know. Talk to me about this circus atmosphere. Whatever it is, I have it written on here. You've got a masquerade ball. You've got a cake competition. There's a beard competition, Jason.
Yeah.
Yep.
I told him he didn't grow it out. I told him to grow his beard out.
I won't be in this one.
Oh,
We're
you
having-
get those clip-ons.
Beard extensions.
Beard extensions.
And women are even free to participate.
Really? Okay, no tweezing from
They're-
here on out.
Right. If they want to create like little extensions
Oh,
or
how
something.
fun. Well, you know those hair extensions these days with a little Mod Podge, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, too fun. So it sounds like fun too. I mean, when you think of documentary film festivals or just documentary films, you think, okay, we're going to be serious.
Oh,
When you
right,
go to
yeah.
some place as hallowed and sacred as Arcosanti, you think, but now we're talking cakes, we're talking beards, we're talking
We're
masquerades.
talking beer, we're talking wine.
But of course it's you, so it's going to be fun.
Oh, it's-
because everything you do is fun, Toni.
Well,
You do a great job.
Oh, thank you. I love creating adventure, and I'm an Arizona native, and these are 2 of my favorite places in Arizona. So it's such a blessing to know. We were driving up the I-17 with all the flowers, and we're just so excited because so many people don't know about Arcosanti, and we're kind of leading them into something.
Right. Okay. And if you want to get tickets for that, go to arcosantifilmcarnivale.com. That's where you need to go to look up what's happening, you know, the films that are playing. If you want to get in touch, if you want to buy your tickets, that's where you need to go. The event is happening 3 days, April 26th, 27th, and 28th. Now, if you don't make that, you can always look forward to the next Jerome International Film Festival.
Yeah, that's the last weekend in September.
The last
So
weekend
we've
in
got-
September. Yep,
So
the
we're going
26th
to
to the
roll right
29th.
in, right after.
Like you didn't have enough to do already. You decided to
Yeah.
do a whole nother
Right.
festival. But it does make
Yeah.
sense what you said earlier, where you're turning down so many of these wonderful documentaries
Right.
that are entries for the Jerome International Film Festival, that now you have a home for those too.
Oh, it
so
just
it makes
feels really
it makes
great.
sense that you did this.
Yeah, one of my inspirations for the festival is the True False Film Festival, and they do all documentaries, but yet they do crazy things like big parades, and so they've got like you said, the seriousness of some of the documentaries, but the craziness of everything they do. And I thought, wow, documentaries don't have to be boring, and you know, showing them, because Netflix has really changed that a lot.
true.
You know,
Oh,
for
that is
documentaries,
true.
people are really embracing them, and
That's
it's an
true.
art form.
Yes.
Right now, very popular.
Very, very much. And thank you for creating 2 wonderful venues for it. So,
Yeah,
and then when this ends, you are just jumping right in for the Jerome
Yeah,
Film
we're going to take a
Festival.
couple of weeks off. We're actually moving to Jerome.
You are?
Yep. Yeah.
How perfect is that?
In a couple of weeks. So we end
Wow.
Arcosanti, and then we move into Jerome, and then we go full force
Nice.
with Jerome. But we're kind of taking May off.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
taking it off, we're moving in.
Right. That's not
That's not
taking it off.
really-
You're
Yeah.
moving.
Right.
That's a lot of work. Well, that's wonderful for you to become Jerome residents. Of course, it'll be just
yeah.
perfect, and your commute will be a lot less.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're so excited. We can't wait.
Too fun. Now, what's going to happen this year? Give us a little sneak peek into the Jerome International Film Festival for this year.
We've got some outdoor unexpected venues this year. We're kind of keeping things kind of hush-hush. We have a few really fun things planned, but I want to kind of stay tight-lipped for it
Okay.
until I work all of the details out. But people, as always, will be surprised.
Oh my gosh, yes. More information on that is found at jeromefilmfestival.com. So you've got a lot of work to do. You've got to go to these websites, arcosantifilmcarnivale.com and jeromefilmfestival.com. You're going to be looking up names of films and figuring out when you want to go and how you can cram it all in there, and tell your boss that I have the flu on Friday. Because
You're going to do that, right?
Oh yeah, that goes over real well here.
You're like, I'm already feeling.
I lost my voice, I can't talk. So, but it would be worth it to attend your festivals, because your festivals are always amazing. There's always things popping. They're always fresh. How you manage to keep going is amazing, and now you're having 2 and you're moving.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are just a force to be reckoned with.
Well, it's really great with Arcosanti. We have different wings for Native American films and sustainability, conservation, and something really great. You'll have to tell them about the valley and the tie-in with Save the Dells.
Oh, right. There's a documentary that's playing that was submitted from actually an Arizona filmmaker, but it's about a Telluride and their fight they had with the developer. It's going to develop this whole area right next to the town that was used for recreation.
Right.
It's a really great documentary.
Sure, and that ties into the Granite Dells and
Absolutely.
Because that's been a big row for a long time now. You know, this beautiful, pristine area that they want to develop, so that makes sense. So maybe this will shed some light, move a few people in the direction to, conservation is key. We were talking about Earth Month. Right. It is Earth Month officially now, in case you did not know that. So that will fall right into it there. So
it worked out perfectly because the valley, the Telluride came together and raised $50 million as a community to pay the developer to stop the development. And so then we had that film, and we were so excited about that film, but then I heard about the Dells. So I contacted the Dells, Save the Dells, and so they submitted some information and little promos about what they're doing. So now I have the filmmaker from the valley and the people from Save the Dells are going to be on a panel together. Cool. So the Valley filmmaker is getting a bunch of people to help the Dells get the kind of backing to fight for this. So that's
you guys were
really
instrumental in that. That's awesome.
That makes us really feel good.
Well, great.
That we're making a difference.
That's awesome. Check out arcosantifilmcarnivale.com and jeromefilmfestival.com. Toni, thank you for being here. Jason, always great to have you. Keep up the good work. I'll see you there.
Get a ball gown.
I have 5, so just which one to wear? We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go away.
Show your customers how much they matter to you. Follow up with a real card in just 60 seconds with Send Out Cards. Send Out Cards makes it easy for busy professionals to leave a memorable impression. Stay in touch with a simple one-step process from your phone or computer to their mailbox. Call Judy today at 928-202-2557. That's 928-202-2557.
Award-winning Soundbites Grill is an entertainment restaurant located in Uptown Sedona at the Hyatt Pinion Point Resort. Open for lunch and dinner, featuring fresh fish, all-natural hand-cut beef, even a full vegan menu. Family-friendly, open 11:30 to 9, late dining on Friday and Saturday. Soundbites Grill has some of the best views of the Sedona Red Rocks. Offers world-class entertainment, food, fun, and music.
And welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. We're now here in Sedona. We're at the Jack Malgrim Skate Park. It's one of the most awesome skate parks ever. We're with Rachel Murdoch. She is the manager of the Sedona Parks and Rec. Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
This is the best thing for anyone. I wouldn't just say youth. I mean, originally I was going to say that, but you know what? I see adults here. I see kids of all kinds of ages.
Yes.
There's skaters, bikers, scooterers.
Correct. Yeah, those are our 3 categories, and I think we definitely have more skaters and scooters, but absolutely all ages here.
Now, this has been here a while.
It is. It was completed in 2007. There was a lot of donation money that went into it, and then some city funds, but that was before my time here, but obviously there were some people passionate about making this happen, and it's been open since 2007.
Oh, it's just beautiful. You've got a lot going on here. There's a lot of obstacles and things. Can you describe it for us?
I wish I could, so I'm not exactly a skater. I know we have different bowls, and I've been told that this park is very unique in that it has very good flow lines. So whatever that is referring to, I know that was actually told to me by a inline skater.
Oh, nice. Oh,
so
yes.
those still do exist.
Okay.
And they also ride here.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
And what are the hours here?
It is the same as the other areas within the park that are unlit. So we're talking dawn until it is dark out.
Oh, wow, that's great.
Because this is an unlit facility. And then we just ask if there's bad weather, if there's water in the bowls, you know, please don't come in here. But it is a use at your own risk. We just post, you know, safety guidelines and ask them to be safe and leave when it's dark.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Do you know much about the progression of what got this started? Who said, gee, we need a skate park in Sedona?
I know. You know what? It had to have been passionate parents because they're the ones who get things done when it comes to raising money and doing something for their kids. So I bet you there were some parents who had children who loved to skateboard and they made that happen. Yeah. And obviously then I'm sure others were involved, you know, in raising the money. But that's generally what we see come through our door.
Well, sure.
My kid wants to do this. How do I make this happen?
Exactly. I need a healthy outlet for my child.
Yes.
My kid needs exercise. They need to get outside more away from the TV, throw them a couple of wheels and say, hit the skate park. And it's wonderful. It was a really big thing, you know, back in the 70s, skate parks, and then they kind of went the wayside for a while, but now they're really coming back and people are really seeing it. I mean, look around. Everyone is thin and healthy here, skating around behind us. That makes a big difference, getting your kids outside and getting them here. Are there any rules to the skate park?
There are. Well, we recommend that they wear the safety equipment. Rules are pretty much what is not allowed in here, you know, because there are some types of scooters where the manufacturer says they are not fit for skate parks. Certain kinds of bikes, we did retrofit it for BMX bikes, but mountain bikes shouldn't be in here still. And I would have to refresh on what they all are, but other than throwing away your trash and keep the food out of the bowls, and they really do police themselves in here.
Nice.
This is their facility, the riders, they want it to be nice, and they pretty much take care of it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent, very good. Now, is there anything that happens here? Are there any groups that meet? Are there any functions that happen?
We just had, and I meant to look up the name for you, but we just had a big scooter competition, and I believe they were here in December, and that was very popular, and I think they're going to be coming back. Yeah, and it was for all of the Southwest, so it wasn't just our state. We had scooterers come in from out of state to compete here.
Wow, how fun.
I know.
And it's a great place to watch. I mean, you can't get over the view.
Right.
First of all, the view is off the charts, but there's lots of places for parents to sit or for folks that want to come and watch. It's really fun to watch these guys.
Spectating is really easy here.
Yeah,
yes,
for sure.
And there's good amenities. We've got the restrooms nearby, the water fountains, the park in general. We do have parents bring their little ones, and sometimes they scooter, and then sometimes they get tired of it. But the playground is just across the street. So I think it's very handy being in the park.
Yep. We're right here in just the most fabulous location. We've got the sports field across the way. The pool is up the road. Tons of parking, so it's really easy. And plus, it's a free activity. I mean, how many free activities do you run across for kids? Especially summer is coming. What's your kid going to do all day?
Right, and this place gets really packed. Right now, it's only after school when it gets busier, but we will have visitors here all day long. It's amazing. We've even seen a traveling unicycle group.
Oh my gosh.
Came through. Yes, first of all, they unicycled in here, which was impressive, but then they headed out to the trails.
Wow.
Unicycling on the dirt trails.
That's incredible.
So we had all sorts of groups that come in here.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sedona Parks and Rec does a great job.
Thank you.
Every year you do lots of things. We just passed the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Yes.
Which was fantastic. We had the Food Truck Festival.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Huge.
What do we have coming up now? We're talking May, June, July.
Sure. Well, in a week we have Celebration of Spring, our Easter egg hunt and carnival. And then beginning in May are our concerts at the Pavilion, and those go through June. And then also in June starts up our outdoor movies, also at the Pavilion this year.
Oh, show at the pavilion this year versus the field.
Yes, we're very excited. When the
great.
operating rules changed, that used to be a day use only facility. Now that we can be there at night, we're setting up the screen.
Oh, I love the movies in the park. If you haven't been to the movies in the park in Sedona, it's awesome.
Yes, any warm weather outside activities are wonderful.
We had the best time last year.
Oh,
Jurassic Park, Karate Kid, E.T. Oh my gosh, and no charge. Can you believe that?
Right. And this
incredible.
year, a different staff member has taken it over, and he's very excited about having themed nights. So now if you support the theme and come dressed up a certain way, you get a treat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's the best. You guys are
It's
awesome
fun.
at Sedona Parks and Rec.
Thank
Rachel,
you.
do such a good job.
We have a good team.
Absolutely. Website. So if they want to check out the calendar of events, check it out. Sedona.
SedonaAZ.gov/parks.
SedonaAZ.gov/parks. There you go. From sun up to sundown, come and skate the Jack Malgrim Park here in Sedona. You know, we're right across from the soccer fields, and we're right down from the pool, and there's restrooms and amenities and benches, and it's a great place for kids of all ages.
Yes.
Of course, wear your helmet. Wear your wrist guards. Trust me, I've been there. Wrist guards are very important. Knee pads are very important. Of course.
Right.
Skate conscious, skate safe. You know,
That's
of course.
right. Trust
You
us.
know.
It might not be cool now, but as you get a little bit older, you're going to appreciate that you covered the knees.
Yeah. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We'll be right back with more of the experience, so don't go anywhere.
This is Bruce Morrow, Transportation Manager for Cottonwood Area Transit. Remember, we cover the entire Verde Valley in Sedona. Cottonwood Area Transit has you covered wherever you want to ride in the Verde Valley, all day, every day. Take Cottonwood Area Transit through Clarkdale, Verde Village, and from 26 locations in Cottonwood. With Verde Links, it's a quick and easy trip to Sedona every day. Don't forget our connectors to Camp Verde. Visit cottonwoodaz.gov for Cottonwood Area Transit and take a seat. Let's go ride.
The kind of girl who's lacking for much. When it comes to getting honey, she's got the touch. Well, even though she earns every penny she gets, some people know how to make the most of it. But every single evening when the workday is through, she sits at her piano and she thinks of you. She's got a brand new dress from the 5 and dime, ruby red lips and a glass of wine. She's unplugged the TV and the telephone. No need in feeling lonely, but the girl's all alone. Well, she doesn't need a savior to be born again. She doesn't need a knight to come charging in, but she thinks she felt a miracle in the palm of your hand. That once-in-a-lifetime harmony only two can understand. It's a shame that someone's locked you up and hidden the key. 'Cause from where I stand on 4th Street, it sure looks like love to me. She's got a brand new dress from the 5 and dime, ruby red lips and a glass of wine. She's unplugged the TV and the telephone. No need in feeling lonely, but the girl's all alone. You have to see the sense of humor in this twisted twist of fate. Did you ever find the hacksaw she hid in your birthday cake? Are you wrestling with your conscience, with what is wrong and right? Are you sawing away at the prison bars and breaking out tonight? You know you're just a few blocks from absolutely free, and from where I stand on 4th Street, it sure looks like love to me. You know you're just a few blocks from absolutely free, and from where I stand on 4th Street, it sure looks like love to me.
I loved it. when your face hurts from smiling. That's what you guys do for me. This is Christy Fisher, everyone. You know Christy Fisher and Cal Greer. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you.
That's great too. Your music is so fun, Christy.
Oh,
Every
thank
time
you.
you play, I smile like crazy. I leave with my face hurting because it's one thing just to sing the song, and your voice is wonderful, and you guys play amazing, and you strike such a visually stunning picture together. You've got the big and the little because you're petite and you're playing the world's smallest guitar, and you know you're a very nice, tall, strapping young man, and you've got that enormous bass, and together it's just and it sounds so wonderful, and the amount of full sound you can get out of your little ukulele.
Ukuleles are amazing, aren't they?
Ukuleles are amazing. I mean, it's holding its own next to this big thing.
That's a big ukulele, right?
That's a very big ukulele.
Big ukulele.
Way too fun. You guys are so busy. I looked at your schedule. If you go to ChristyFisher.com or CattyWampusMusic.com, you can find, if you look under the music scene, you can find every week, multiple places a week.
Yeah, we've been very lucky. We've been very lucky getting a lot of bookings. It's awesome.
I know, that's great. You're playing the wineries, the breweries, you're playing Vino di Sedona, and you have a big event coming up at the Hub on May 10th.
We do, and it's going to be with PK Gregory, so it's going to be a cool double bill.
Yeah, right.
Really, because he's really amazing.
Well, he is very
Really
cool,
amazing.
and he's moving to like Norway or something, so it's a big deal.
Yeah, so to be on the same stage as him is such an honor. It's going to be so cool.
That's so
and I'll have my whole band with me. So we have Jimmy Nielsen on drums, we have Cal on bass, and we have
Ed Cooper.
What's his name?
Ed Cooper.
Mr. Cooper. Ed
Yeah.
Cooper's going to be on lead guitar,
Rock
and then
guitar.
we're bringing in Bruce Wandermeyer. And he
Right.
plays saxophone, and he's an LA studio musician who's moving to the area, and he's really great. So it's going to be quite a show.
That's great, and that comprises Cattywampus.
Cattywampus, Bruce is going to be our extra guest.
Extra guest, a special guest. That's great. So it's Cattywampus this time now, because you have a.
Yes.
That's great. But you know, so you've got the full band, and then you also do duo, trio.
Yeah.
Several combinations.
Several incarnations of the same.
Ed lives in Village Oak Creek, and Cal lives over on the other side of the mountain. So I duo with Cal over there in Prescott, and I duo with Ed over on this side because I live in Jerome. So it's kind of like I can just slide down either side of the hill and make it to a gig.
Well, that's very handy.
Yeah, it is handy.
Good on gas mileage too.
Right.
Not so much getting home. So,
Yeah.
you know, one thing, Christy, we've had you on the show a few times. Something we've never mentioned is your clothing, your clothing designs.
Right.
I'm so thankful that you're wearing this beautiful jacket because we've got to give you props for being one of the most creative people. Yes, come on, let's see it.
Yeah.
No, I know this is fabulous, and the fact that you use recycled clothing.
I do.
You know, fabrics that would be thrown in the landfill. I've got to be, because we've been talking about Earth Day and Earth Month, and the fact that April is now officially Earth Month.
Right.
You fall right into that with taking this fabric that would otherwise go in the trash, and it's fabulous, wonderful fabric, and making fun, amazing clothes.
Thank you.
It's just great.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been doing it for over 30 years now. And it's like before saving the planet was cool. You know, and 20% of the landfill in Los Angeles is from the textile industry. Wow! And so I do my bit. Yeah, I do my bit. I go out there and get fabric that's from manufacturers that's destined for the landfill. So
that's wild. Thank you for what you're doing for the planet
thank
through
you.
your clothing line, which we can find in Cottonwood. We can find in
Cottonwood
Jerome.
at Synergy Artwear, and over in the Mike, which is Music Inspired Collection, and Soundbites Grill, and they've just opened a second store called One World Clothing, so I'm over there, and they've got a whole department over there. I'm also in Van Gogh's Ear over in Prescott.
And you play there too.
We play there too, which is kind of cool. Yeah, my clothing thing has always segued into the music thing. I started out when I was 13 years old doing clothes for rock and roll bands.
All right.
I worked with a couple that was doing clothing for Jimi Hendrix. They did Jimi Hendrix Prince. They did Sonny and Cher before Bob Mackie got hold of them. So I was the kid that was sweeping up the scraps.
Wow.
And that's kind of how I got into the music industry. I've been in the music industry almost all my life since then. And so I was the girl that was sweeping up the floor, and they heard me humming, and I wound up being on a few albums doing background vocals, and so it was always just kind of my other turf. You know?
That's great. It folds right in, and you look gorgeous all the time.
Thank
so that
you.
just works. I just wanted to give you, the accolades you deserved for that.
Thank you.
And then,
the boys of the band, we have to balance that out.
Yeah, you got to show up perfectly trimmed.
Oh no,
your
I
hair
say
oil in.
we balance out the gorgeous with that scrunch.
Oh, you're so cute. You guys have a good time.
We do have a good time.
We have fun.
We do have a good time, and I'm grateful. I've got these guys because they're all pretty grounded people. You know, there's so much drama in the music industry a lot of times where, you know, bands will have too much partying going on or too much drama going on or something like that, and everybody that's in our band is really in it for the music. They're in it for the right reasons, and we really enjoy doing it. And to me, it's a psychological balance. For most of my life, you know, during the day I'm sitting down, sewing, and during the night I'm playing, and it's like that's my mental Pilates.
It's our therapy.
Yeah,
that's true.
It really
it's very
is.
healing.
So,
that is true.
You know,
Music
but
is
all of us in the band feel the same way. You know, it's just a much better level to work on than, you know, than some of the other dramas that you see going on. Yeah, right.
I've never seen you guys without a smile on your face.
We have a good time. This is our fun zone. You know,
yeah,
it's our
good.
fun zone.
The songs that you sing, where do you get them? Do you have
the one that I
originals?
just did, I wrote, and so I'm a closet songwriter, you know, and for 20 years I just wrote in my little home studio thing and saved a lot of the tapes, and I'm resurfacing with some of those, and hopefully we'll have out a CD sooner or later.
And,
you know,
and at the hub, we're going to be pulling out a few more Christy originals.
Yeah, we have
a
few of them that we haven't done in public yet, and it'll be fun. It'll be a lot of fun. I also love arranging music, so that's why when we book, we call it twisted covers, because it's a little bit left of center of what the original was supposed to be.
Nice.
And so yeah, I always wanted to be the A&R person for a record company. I always thought that would be fun to do the arranging. You know?
And it's kind of fun to see people in the audience when they hear one of Christy's mashups where we put something unusual in the middle of something, just come out of their seats. It's fun. It's really awesome.
Yeah, your concerts are always great, and even the smaller gigs are always great. But the one at the Hub on the 10th is huge.
I'm really excited for that one because it's been a long time since we were in a concert environment doing that. We did a concert at Yavapai last year that was very exciting. And my ultimate band would be like Tedeschi and Trucks and the Talking Heads, you know, where you have a show and the concert thing. It's like, you know, dance halls and stuff like that, wineries, it's all fun. It's all fun. But to do a concert, that's like putting your whole story out there, which is really different. You're not just playing covers and things to, you know, get people through their meal or something, you know. So it's like, it
becomes a play or a theatrical production because you think about each song and how it mends together versus, hey, the crowd's really digging us. Let's play that another tune that's really like, you know, or let's turn it down a little.
It's like putting an album together. And when you put an album together, you know, it flows into kind of a story, you know, or a fashion show. It's like you have the opening look and the closing look, and the things have to flow in beteen. So it's all very similar. But yeah, I'm very excited.
The changes are really difficult when you're playing music. The fashion show thing, because you know.
And you have stand-up comedy act as well. Everywhere you go, when Cal is with you, it's a stand-up comedy act. That's great. The next song that you're going to play, is it also a Christy original?
No, this is one we call a twisted cover.
Oh, great.
And it was written in 1931, and it was actually written as a ukulele song, but most people don't know it as that because they know it as a Willie Nelson song. You know, who I call my spirit animal. I love Willie. So we're going to do a song called All of Me.
Great.
Yeah.
How about that? See, you learned something new today. So check out Christy Fisher, Cattywampus at the Sedona Hub. It's happening on May 10th.
Awesome.
If you go to look it up online, you'll find it, and you can get tickets that way. It's really simple. Check out Cattywampus. Go to ChristyFisher.com. Go to CattywampusMusic.com. You'll find all kinds of information on where these guys are playing next. Thank you so much for watching the Verde Valley Experience. As always, we appreciate you. Check us out on Facebook, Verde Valley TV, and we'll see you next time.
All of me, come on and take all of me. Well, can't you see I'm no good without you? Well, take my arms, I wanna lose them, and take my lips, I'll never use them. Your goodbye, oh, it left me with eyes that cried. Well, and I know I'm no Well, you took that part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me? Take it away. All of me, come on and take all of me. Well, can't you see I'm no good without you? Well, take my arms, I wanna lose them, and take my lips, I'll never use them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry, and I know I'm no good without you. Well, you took that part that once was my heart.